Last year, I made a quick little serving board similar to this one for my office Christmas party Dirty Santa gift exchange, which was based off a design I saw from the OG Jonny over at Crafted Workshop. Due to all the cutthroat gift stealing over that one, I figured I'd make another one for all of you. Okay, let's get to it. I started this project like I often do at my favorite lumber spot here in Oklahoma City, Vintage Reclaim Lumber, where I selected this offcut from a spalted pin oak slab that was perfect to make this serving board. It had this large void and a few knots that I decided to fill with epoxy because that's what I do. At the end of the video, I'll do my best to answer any questions or concerns you may have about epoxy coming into contact with food. But first, let's get this slab back to the shop the quickest way I know how. The first thing I needed to do was get the slab flat, so I whipped up this quick planer sled out of some MDF and hot glued a few shims in place under the high spots. As I run the piece through the planer, this will get the top to a consistent flatness, which I can then flip over and run back through the planer to flatten the opposite side. You've probably seen me use a similar straight line rip jig when I made the epoxy shelves, and I just modified the sled from that project to work with this slab. Once I had two straight edges, I could square up the ends on the miter saw and get everything prepped for the epoxy pours. For the pours, I'm using Total Boat's 2-to-1 resin with slow hardener. Now, Total Boat is a big supporter of this channel, and I encourage all of you to go check them out. I'll leave a link down below along with a discount code that's good for 10% off. Okay, let's get these pours ready. I reused the forms from the epoxy shelves, and I joined them together by adding a strip of tuck tape down the seam. I built up the sides of the form and added some hot glue to hold it all together. If you haven't seen the shelf video, these forms are made by cutting down sheets of melamine, or you can use MDF, and then covering them with the red sheathing tape that you see here. The specific brand I use is called tuck tape, and I'll leave links to everything I use down in the description below. For mixing epoxy, I like to use these measuring cups because they take the guesswork out of what is a very important step, getting an accurate ratio of resin to hardener. Now it's pretty important that you mix your epoxy thoroughly, which requires stirring the resin and hardener for several minutes and then scraping down the sides as you go. Maybe it's getting old, but I keep coming back to using this turquoise color, which I create using a combination of green, blue, and a pearl white. To me, it looks like I'm inlaying turquoise stone into wood, so for that reason, I'll probably keep doing it. The side that you see me pouring first will actually be the bottom of the serving board, and I wanted to make sure the epoxy flowed all the way through to the top without any big voids. I also had to be careful not to pour this section too deep, which can cause the epoxy to heat up too much and crack. I did this void in 1/4 inch deep pours, and then I continued until all the voids and cracks in the slab were filled, and I waited about an hour in between pours to prevent that runaway exothermic reaction we don't want. Let me take a second while I'm pouring epoxy to say, I'd really love it if you hit that subscribe button to keep up with all my projects. Just doing that and telling a friend about my videos is the best way you can help out this channel, which then allows me to continue making these videos. Alright, thanks everyone. Once all the pours were done and the epoxy was completely cured, I put it back on the planer sled and removed all of this excess epoxy. I wanted the serving board to be able to, well, to actually serve things. So I jumped into Inventables free software easel to model up a few glass holders and some cutouts for some various snacks. Then it was over to the X-Carve to cut out the file. I only had the X-Carve cut down about 3/4 of an inch on the outer edge to save time carving. Then I could come back and cut the rest of these dog-eared corners off on my bandsaw, and then I used this patterning bit to flush up the remainder of the board. And as luck would have it, on the very last cut, I had this large chunk tear out from the side. But no worries, it was easy enough to fix with some wood glue and then some painter's tape that held it all in place. And when I was done, you would never even know that it happened. On the two dog-eared corners, I'm using some of this 1.5 inch flat bar steel that I'll bend to 90 degrees and secure to the sides. First up, I have to route out the groove for the steel bar on my router table. Here I used a stop block to set the length and then cut out the channel in 2 passes. Once the channel was routed out, I could put this 90-degree bend in the flat bar, which I did by chucking it up in my vise and then just bending it by hand. Next, I cut the handles to fit and then drilled and countersunk 2 holes on each side for the attachment screws. I like to soak my cutting and serving boards in some food-grade mineral oil for a finish. For added durability on this project, I also added a couple coats of beeswax on top of that, and then this project was a wrap. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I want to address any concerns you might have about your food coming into contact with the epoxy. Now, they can't call the epoxy itself completely food safe, but with a few common sense measures, this serving board works great and is safe to use. Just make sure the epoxy is fully cured before you use it. Also, you never want hot foods coming into contact with the epoxy, but that's also true for most plastics. I plan to only use this for serving, and I finished the board in food grade mineral oil and beeswax, which will build up that layer between the surface and the food that it comes into contact with, making this board plenty safe. With that finish, this board should last a long time and continue to look just as beautiful as it does now. Okay everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope that it served you well. Okay, see y'all next time.